Hi everyone. So today I was thinking about how it has been almost a year since I accepted my offer of admissions to UOIT. I was thinking about how nervous I was and how I had no idea if I was making the right decision. And I kind of almost had to go off of just my gut feeling, and I think that it really did benefit me in the end. When you're coming out of high school, it's really easy to not know what's important about your post-secondary education. A lot of times, I know for me, I was almost so stuck on doing this and having this plan and doing this and working wherever I was thinking to work that I missed a lot of opportunities. So when I was finally accepting, I had to look at a few things. And the first thing that I had to look at least for me, and I know other programs are similar, is if there is co-op or clinical placement. If you are going into a job that entails either working with people or hands-on work, and you have the opportunity to work with future employers, do it as early as possible. For me, it was more important to get hands-on skill from year one than to study theory for a full year before I went into a hospital environment. I feel like already I'm so prepared, and I'm only halfway through my first clinical placement. I feel like I've learned so much already, and I've achieved so much that it's almost like inertia. I just want to keep going, and I'm excited, and I want to keep achieving more and helping more people and meeting more resources and future employers and areas to get involved in. Also, I'm so glad that I stayed at home. I am so happy to be able to come home and see my family and my puppy and have home-cooked meals and have that safe zone where I know no matter what, like if I've had a horrible day, I can come home and I can make tea and sit on my couch in my pajamas and study, and that's what's important to me. I am a bit of a homebody. For other people, what may be important is residence, and because of that, you should look into your resources. What residences are available? What do they have to offer? Where is the gym located? Anything like that actually plays more into your experience than you would even think. So I thought about how happy I was that I made the decision to go to UOIT, and I remember I had a lot of really high expectations before coming in, and they all were met and exceeded because what was really important to me was a personalized education. I wanted to have relationships with my professors. I wanted them to know what my name was. I wanted them to know what I was interested in, what areas of nursing I was interested in. And I wanted opportunities from year one that were going to help me ultimately be successful for the rest of my life and give me a really good starting ground to start off at. And I got that. My professors by week 2 or 3 knew my name, and they wanted to help, and they knew what I was interested in, so they have been helping me to find experiences that set me up and facilitate success in those areas. And I feel extremely lucky. So I was thinking that I would put together 5 major questions that I think every student should ask themselves before accepting an offer. And the first one is, what do I want out of my program? What do I want out of my education? Looking at your program, looking at the reputation of your program, looking at the standing and reputation of the program within the community is extremely important, especially where you want to work. So if you want to work in a hospital and the reputation of UOIT nurses is really good and they're known to be really caring individuals who are very much prepared, if I'd known that, it would have made me even want to go to UOIT more, because ultimately the goal is to have a really successful career life and to get where you want to be as fast as possible. So if I want to work in a certain field of medicine, that I can get there and I don't have to do a bunch of things in the preliminary rounds just to achieve something. So that was the first question. So what do I want? And the second was, What type of education do I want? Do I want that personal education, or do I want something that is more formal? Am I a book person? Do I want to sit and spend my first year of nursing reading theory, or do I want to get into the hospital? And I know that everyone's not going into nursing, but anything that has those hands-on skills, let it be business, let it be kinesiology, anytime that you have either co-op positions or research positions that you're working with future employers, it honestly makes or breaks it. The third one was, where do I want to live? For me, living at home has been a huge aspect of my success. I'm able to come home, I feel extremely comfortable, and that's where I work best. For some people, it's in a library. For some people, it's in a coffee shop or their res building. So it all depends on what you want. UOIT does also have, obviously, residences, but for a lot of people that I know, it has been a huge benefit to be able to go home. And because the program is pretty intense, having your family support right there has been a huge benefit to me. So fourth is, how important is the sense of community? So not necessarily talking about your frosh week, even though that is important in your orientation, but what type of resources are in place at my educational institution to facilitate more success? And let it be the academic resource, let it be the health and wellness center, let it be, again, research opportunities or clubs and organizations that make you a more well-rounded person and develop you into even better versions of yourself. That I found for me, having those opportunities, accessing those resources has been extremely helpful. The academic resource is not just for students who feel like they are struggling. It's for anyone who wants to do really well, and you can take papers there and you can learn study habits there, and it's extremely helpful. And same with the Health and Wellness Center. I've never seen such a wonderful doctor's office and health clinic that if you have a problem, they get you in ASAP, and those doctors know you're a student and they give you resources, knowing that you might be a little more stressed than normal, or you might be a little more nervous because of an exam and you have anxiety. How can they get you overall more well and not just medically give you a prescription for something? And the fifth is, how does my choice benefit me long term? So what opportunities and what is happening in my life right now that is going to facilitate more success in the future? And again, it's all of the above mentioned, but are there certain things that are very important to you that you may have not necessarily figured out yet or realized? Class size, clubs, sports teams, gyms, anything like that that you think that is beneficial to your health, especially those research opportunities and those co-ops. That's what is going to make the difference. So I hope that you all feel a little bit less stressed now and can use these questions to guide your choice and guide your own thinking. And I really hope that you all get to a point where I am now a year later and look back and think, wow, I've really achieved a lot, probably more than I ever have in my life, and I feel successful, because that is a wonderful feeling. Have a great day. Bye.